Hey everybody, Mike from Spectre Comics. Here's a short clip from my latest art live stream. If you want to see the entire replay, click the link in the description below. The topic of this video is line weights and coloring comics. But the first, the pencil layers here, brought all the way to the top, and you can see what it looked like before we started inking. So I've turned off the pencil layer, and we're going to turn that off here and get back to a more final image, and I'm slowly working my way down the page. I've got these last two panels to kind of clean up, and I wanted to work on line weights because you can see that I finally got the captain drawn a little better here if you watched last week's stream, and I wanted to clean it up and work on the line weights. You can see this is all just one line weight, and I like line weights. I feel give a little bit of dimension to an otherwise flat drawing. And, you know, I go in, and my process is I go in and I start thickening the lines, and I kind of build it up in layers, and I use a really thin pen weight and start thickening the lines, but then I can, you know, shave away and start creating that three-dimensional feel, because the flat lines just keep everything flat. This is going back to using black and white comics. Obviously, if there was color here, it would take a lot less effort to get it to look three-dimensional. And I do black and white comics because I really enjoy line work, like really good line work. And to give you a sample of what my comic page would look like if it was colored, I actually did a couple samples a couple years ago because I was trying to get my comic published. I was sending it to a publisher and trying to get an agent and, you know, helping me getting this published. But these pages, the way I color them, just take long. Just these, I did 4 pages. I did a 4-page spread, and I think this is from issue 2 of Spectre Comics. And you can see, you know, this is like a 2-page spread, and then this is the next page. These pages took me days and days and days to color, just the way I do, because I do shadows and highlights and, you know, different gradients, and I do a lot of things to, it's not just flat colors, and I think most people don't do that. Most people do, you know, shades and shadows and stuff. This took me a long time, and there's not even a ton of detail on this page, especially this second page. First page, I had a lot of outer space scenes as the ship is coming into the space station here. This is an outpost on an asteroid. The Spectre team is kind of making a stop to find some information out. There's a little cantina at this location, and they're going to try to get some information. Got my little bouncer here as they go into the cantina, and obviously I stole this from Star Wars, thinking of the cantina scene. So that's what this 2-page color spread looks like. Now, I do enjoy coloring, and I enjoy coloring the comics. The problem is it just takes too long, and again, I've mentioned in other streams and other videos how long I've been working on this comic. But, you know, again, I plan someday to go back and finish and color these in, maybe once the entire book is done. But right now, I just can't, because it takes too long, and I've been working on this for way too long anyway. I just really like adding the line weights and tapering the lines, and it just makes it more stylized, and that's kind of my style. And I'll probably do a stream at some point about defining your style in your art. There is a lot of people have trouble figuring out what their style is, and for the longest time I didn't know what mine was, or at least how to define it. But it's really just the way I draw that creates the style. And my style is, I think, heavy outlines. Everything's outlined. I've seen a lot of really good art that they don't have outlines on their characters. I mean, you look at these color drawings, and here's actually the cover to issue 5 of Spectre Comics. And you can see how I outline everything with textures, even when it doesn't make sense, because like if you look at this area here, it's got a highlight right on his head, but then you've got this thick black line, because my comics are cartoony and they're not, I just like everything being outlined. It, again, goes back to the idea of liking the line work a lot. And I'm kind of thinking back, like, how did I even get there? How did that become what my style was? I don't even know. I think it's just something that develops over time. It's not something you set out to do. It's just kind of something that happens. And for me, it's just always the way I've drawn. It's not that I saw anything or looked at anything. I think it comes from just drawing comics. Comics have, even simple comics that aren't colored with a lot of gradients and shadows, those are always just outlined in with black lines, even if they're colored in. So I kind of just took that, and that's just the way I've always drawn. Thanks for watching this edited clip from my latest live stream. I stream Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and notification bell to get notified when I go live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.